Good afternoon, Ghana. Shalom, peace. Welcome to your favorite show, Clean Ghana, Our Environment, Our Health, on Pan-African TV. I know you love this show so much, and I know within 3 to 4, you are just tuned and connected to your television, and you are waiting for this program. For a disease to occur, or like let's talk about communicable disease to occur, there must be the presence of a disease-causing organism, such like virus, protozoa, bacteria, among others, or its toxins. And when they get in there, they have to do what they have to do for you to get the diseases. Today, we are going to talk about one of the deadly fecal-oral diseases, that is cholera. And you know what cholera is. For you to get cholera simply means you have either eaten my feces, or you have eaten your own feces, or you have eaten someone's feces, which could be the madman's feces. Around 1970, we have recorded a lot of intermittent report on cholera. And as you know, in 2014, about 60% of the districts within Ghana reported cholera. The same 2014 and 2015, we had about almost 30,000 cases of cholera, and more than 250 deaths was recorded. Today, our topic is cholera, and I have with me, and my guest is seated in the studio. Just stay tuned for a quick commercial break, and I will introduce my guest to you. Welcome, viewers. Today I have my mother in the house. She's dressed nice, looking so beautiful, and she's coming from Asuogyman District Assembly, and she is the whole Deho of the Assembly. If I talk about Deho, I know you know about Deho. That is District Environmental Health Officer, and she is Mrs. Doris Aquah Apreku. Welcome to Clean Ghana, Our Environment, Our Health.
Thank you very much.
How you say Asuogyman?
Asuogyman is fine.
Very fine?
Very, very fine.
Yeah. So when are you inviting me to Asuogyman?
Very soon. We'll be having a mega program. I invite you there.
Yes. Oh, that is nice.
In August.
In August?
I invite you.
Oh,
yes.
I would love to be there. Okay. Yes, to feel the nature, the beauty nature, and especially the food that you eat over there.
Yeah.
Today we are going to talk about cholera. Can
okay.
you tell our viewers what cholera is?
I'll say cholera is acute diarrhea disease, characterized with vomiting and diarrheaing, profuse vomiting and diarrheaing. It normally occurred when one ingests the organism.
Can you tell us any history about cholera as it entered the country?
Actually, cholera originated from the subcontinents of India in the 19th centuries, when it was transported or routed through the transport of the river, the sea, and the land, both sea and the land, to Russia, Europe, and Northern America. And around 1971, we had it in Africa and Ghana as well.
So far, have we recorded any deaths out of cholera?
A lot of deaths, as you said earlier in your introduction. Worldwide, we had about 3.4 to 4 million cases worldwide, and about 21,000 deaths. And in Ghana alone, 2017, we lose about 245 people through cholera. About 29,000 people were infected, and we lose such lives. And in the following year, it was 2015, similar case happened, but that one, it was a bit mild. We had about 618 cases, and five died. And in 2016, we had about 60 cases, and there was no death recorded.
Which means cholera is deadly.
It's really, really deadly. It's a deadly disease.
Wow.
And it can spread very fast if immediate care is not taken.
Why is cholera classified as blue death?
Normally, if one has cholera, it loses a lot of fluid. A cholera patient vomiting, diarrhea, losing a lot of fluid. And you see that the person is getting pale, all the mucous membranes are dried, the skin loses its elasticity, and before the person gets to that stage of dying, the person's color change light blue and greenish, and meaning a person might die. So it's described as a blue death because it swiped a lot of deaths at that very stage. Within half a day to 5 days, people are dying.
Wow. Then cholera, we don't have to joke with cholera in this country. So now, can you tell our viewers what really causes cholera?
I say cholera is caused by it's a fecal-borne disease that when ingested into the system, I mean, if one has cholera, I mean you have taken somebody's feces with the organism into your system. That's why you're having cholera. And this bacteria develops, let's say, where we have moist, where we have salt, let's say in the sea. I said it's rooted through the sea to the African continents.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the sea, the organism develops over there very fast. And this organism that multiplies under brain friction very, very fast and can be carried away by the vector, flies into the human habitation. At the same time, if it rains, the surface water carries it into our sources of water. And those who farm vegetables for us as cabbage and those things use such waters to water the vegetables, and these things come to the market for us for consumption.
Okay, so it means what you are saying, if I have cholera, that it means I have eaten someone's feces.
Really?
What is the mode of transmission of cholera?
Transmission, of course, I've said earlier on. If there's cholera in the environment, a caution must be taken because it can be transmitted so different means. If you don't have proper disposal of human excrement, the flies have access to the excrement, they carry to the human environment. If you don't have proper drinking water, the water gets contaminated, we drink it, and we have cholera. If you don't practice good hand washing, you end up by having cholera because this hand touches a lot of surfaces. These very hands is used to clean poo-poo, is used to eat at the same time.
It's used to greet.
It's used to greet. We shake hands as well. So we have the cholera in the system. If you don't take proper care, it can spread very, very fast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So, which means we can only get cholera through eating or drinking
Through
food
eating
that is contaminated with the
organism.
with organism.
Yes.
Not even virus.
It's a bacteria.
It's a bacteria.
It's a bacteria organism. Yeah.
Oh,
The Vibrio cholerae.
Vibrio cholerae.
That's the bacteria.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that is the bacteria that causes, or that is the germ that causes
The cholera.
the cholera.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So when this get into my system, is that where it causes the cholera?
Within half day to 5 days, within half day you start diarrhea, serious running stool, which is rice water like, or sometimes it has a fishery smell, and then at the same time vomiting, losing fluid at the same time.
No, I want us to get it clear. From what you are saying, it means it is even dangerous than HIV/AIDS.
Well, that's how I'll put it, because an AIDS patient can be sustained on a drug for a longer period to even expand your life for a lifespan. But if you talk of cholera, if immediate care is not taken, if you don't have the drugs really readily available, it can sweep a lot of lives within a shortest period of time.
So I take food or I drink water, like this water is, there is the Vibrio cholerae inside, I drink it. How many minutes or how many days will it take for me to get the disease?
Maybe in less than six hours.
Less than 6 hours?
Yeah, less than 6 hours you are getting cholera. You start experiencing the signs and symptoms of cholera.
Wow. And how many, can you give us period in which when care is not taken, I can lose my life? Within
5 days. The longest period, 3 days to 5 days, we are losing lives.
Viewers, you've heard our mother. It's not easy to get cholera. I don't know whether you have had cholera before or you have seen somebody having cholera. It's a deadly case. It's a deadly situation. I don't want to get cholera. I don't want anybody to get cholera. That is why today we have brought our mother all the way from Asuogyman district and to talk about cholera. So just stay tuned. We will be back after the commercial break.
You? Yes. So when you bought for and I was a mobile. Bought for ointment. Why never? Bought for in a dream. Oh, let's say when you bought for a drew with me to the swan. Sorry. What's it? A drew when I walk up rubber memoir. Your body running friend Mali, po, passoa. What true for was me dancing in Apreku. What am I dancing in your copas and Abe from Wabami Haya? A young copy, Usisi. What possible, a woman and a timbre museno, Nemuyania. So when your ultimate be the far. See what?
Tania now white woman sway. Made the buffalo cream a treaty money yinako. Pimples a crow, a jam a proper one amani area would way. What the and chili good siumu. Now the buffalo soap can straswa. 5 minutes at chi. Now the buffalo cream a strasso. A best sunny in there from a huato. What for herbal products?
Or man for Jatunti. Was the Male, Popa, Passoa. Yo, coffee, oh my woman, oh many mana. Also, one can
Welcome back, our viewers. In case you just tune in, my guest for the show is Mrs. Aquah Apreku, and we are talking about cholera. And when you get cholera, it simply means you have eaten your own feces, my feces, or someone's feces, which could be a madman's feces. Auntie Doris.
Hello.
Can you explain to my viewers the signs and symptoms of cholera?
Thank you very much. If we talk of the signs and symptoms of cholera, I already said it's characterized by vomiting and diarrhea. Whoever has cholera will be vomiting, will be diarrhea profusely, and at the same time, your eyes will start sinking in, your skin will start getting dry, you even lose elasticity. If you hold the skin, you will not feel any elasticity in it, and at the same time, your mucous membrane of all the orifice, your mouth, your nose are all getting dry. You are getting cramps, dry skins and cramps. In fact, it affects the whole feature of the human being. It brings a changes into your look.
One disease
And
with
you are getting dry and drier and drier. That's why it leads to death.
One disease
One
with
disease.
these signs and symptoms, sunken eyes,
Yeah.
the skin,
Losing your skin, no elasticity in the skin.
then
The cramps.
Cramps?
See a body getting dry with cramps and all that. All your orifices, your openings are getting drier and drier. Your mucous membrane, everything is drying up.
what really makes your skin dry? Because I'm
You
seeing
lose
that
a lot of fluid. The moment you are vomiting and diarrhea, you are losing fluid. The system is losing a lot of fluid.
okay, the body contains about 70% of water. So
Yes,
I think when you lose fluid, it's normal, or it's not normal.
If you lose fluid, you can lose your life because water is life. We need more water in the system to sustain the body and to make it fresh. If you lose water, you are losing life.
Oh, so there is the need for us to be replenishing ourselves with water when somebody is affected by the disease.
Really?
Is that correct?
Yes, a lot of fluid must be taken. A lot of fluid must be taken, especially as a first aid from the home. Immediately it starts, you must think of how to replace the fluid that we are losing. We have ORS in the system. You can use it. If you don't have ORS, you can use little salt, little sugar, make your own ORS and start replenishing the system. At the same time, it can depend on other fluid like coconut juice. It's also very good. Rice water is very good. Mashed kenke is very good. Something that contains a little salt, a little sugar can replenish the system to sustain the fluid so that you not lose life.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. So it means when somebody is having cholera, it can be your family member, it can be your girlfriend, it can be your wife. Once the person start to get show the signs and symptoms, it means you have to replenish or replace the fluid that is already gone.
Yes.
Which means it can be water, it can be coconut water, rice water, ORS, any of the fluid. Why should we replace the
so that we
fluid?
don't lose life, so you don't get dehydrated. The one gets very, very dehydrated. That's why you lose your skin, you lose your mucous membrane, you get really dehydrated. So to avoid that, you have to be constantly replacing the fluid as a first aid before you are put on drip.
Does it mean that when you get dehydrated, you die?
You can die. You can result into death.
Okay, so
you can collapse and to result into death.
That is why it's good to maintain
the fluid.
Oh, okay.
To keep life moving.
Yeah. Yes, that is it. They say, as you said, water is life.
Yes.
Water is life.
Yeah.
Okay, madam, does cholera have effect on humans?
Really, it have effect on human. Once it's affecting you economically, you cannot do so many things. At the same time, the people around you, they are traumatized. They are wasting money. They are going up and down. They also get infected at the same time. So it's having effects on you and your family.
Why my family?
Do you think if you have cholera now, your wife will be free and be looking at you? He has to be going up and down. I have to take taxi. I have to take this food. I have to make sure my person survived. If it needs money, I must put in money to make sure I sustain life. So it has effect on both the person, the victim, and the family.
Auntie Doris, wow. So when I get cholera, it means I'm not the only one that is going to be affected.
At all.
Which means my family is affected.
As well.
My wife can't go to work, and I can't go to work. Probably my children can't go to school.
No? Because maybe where the hospital is, your wife has to travel to the hospital, check on you, come to the home, check on you, come to the home, and she's already traumatized because of what you are going through. Yeah, so it has a lot of effects on both the victim and the family.
What about the how do we call it? The economy? Does it have effect on the economy?
Yes, it has effects on the economy. A lot of money goes into cholera treatments. I'll say you have cholera, you have free health health insurance treatment. Yeah. And a lot of money goes into purchasing the type of drip that they put on cholera patients is already expensive. And the patient is going through free treatments. So the government puts so much money into that. Maybe that money would have been used in maybe other preventive measures, but rather is going into treatment or clinical care. So it have effects on the development of the society.
And maybe this the government could have used the money to even sponsor my program.
Yes.
And the money is going to take care of cholera patients, which is which means, you see, you don't understand certain things. When we are promoting or when we say that build your own toilet, you don't really get it. Or stop open defecation, you don't really get it. Cholera is very dangerous disease, and when you get cholera, it means that you have eaten somebody's feces, your own feces, or a madman's feces. How come you eat somebody's feces if there is no open defecation? We are continuing the program, but don't forget to text in. It can be through text message or WhatsApp messages, so that we can also share or answer any questions that you also have on cholera. Madam Doris,
sir,
what precautionary measures should I take, assuming you are my mother and you are having cholera and nobody is home, I have to take care of you. And you are saying that it is very deadly. It means when I come to you, I can also contract the disease.
Yes.
What precautionary measures should I take so that I don't also infect myself with the disease?
Okay, thank you very much. As I already said, that is very, very contagious. If the one is having this disease, whatever is coming out from that person is already contaminated. It's already having the
germ,
the organism in it. So that thing must be well treated. So there must be a disinfectant in the home. You can use Parazone or any washing powder that can have effect for treating Dettol or those things. The excrement must be disposed of very well. The vomitors must be disinfected before disposed of. The one doing all these treatments must be cautious about him or herself. You must use hand gloves in whatever we are doing. Handle the victim's clothing and whatever we are doing. You must use hand gloves to protect yourself. And at the same time, there should be constant hand washing. Constant hand washing. Whatever you do, if you go out, you come in, wash your hand. If you handle your patient, wash your hand. If you dispose of the waste, wash your hand. It should be constant, proper hand washing, not just a hand washing. Hand washing with soap and the running water. If you cannot get a tap that is running to wash your hand, let somebody fetch the water for you and pour it on your hand. And the whole family must be very, very careful. The food they eat, they have to avoid eating very cold food. You must eat hot food where the organisms cannot survive. The environment must be well protected, very clean. The environmental health unit must be informed to come in. You have to disinfect the environment where the victim is coming from. The environment must be disinfected. The room, the surroundings, you must take cautions about everything. If it happens that there is death, the body will not be given to the family. The environmental health unit has to take care of the disposal of that death.
Madam Doris, this is very, very important to me. And I think my viewers, my moms in the house, probably because of the language barrier. Me person what kind of tree, mommy? Kind of tree. Say, unya say, or like when we say obi or yeah, warning. Sasa na wakano warning. Or fena one. Na me na behwe no a de na meye. Na me so minya a friend say emwa ni bi na say yare ni bi. Me person what kind of tree? Ma me tie for no muka. So ti tree kakra.
Bi da say. Me twa nye de papa ba kakra me ka me say obeti mase. Ne e kan say won say wonya sa victim ni bi wo fie. Say wo ba, say wo nua, say obi a wonya sa yare we a wo na wo hwe ne so no. E say wo hwe wo ho so yie. Tiefi ana neofi neeba ni nyina ni hwehwe se wo de aduro bi egum asana wakɔ hwegu se tiefi krapo afa prazo ni bigum se neofi kra afa prazo ni bigum ni nyama a wusi no eso bi se wa share hand gloves na toilet ni me fangu baby akeke baby a de be go a be flash anase deep toilet bi be guma ebe kɔ no fagu ho na wakasa wo hu no hwe se efie ho baby a obeye bia me room nsa always wash your hands. Say ukwa bonti uba wash your hands. Say uba any panu ye wia. And yes say uru sa keke. Ni semina any nsio no fa room sa fe. Under running water. Someone must pour the water on your hand to make sure you wash your hand very well. You must always have this Dettol around. You must have Parazone around. You must have Izal around to be disinfecting the environment and be cautious about whatever you are doing to get a person treated. I say, wow,
okay, you are away. You are away, right?
Yeah.
Can you say that to away in airways for your viewers to also know? Just short one.
You akpenami. Enya gbomile bere. Cholera. Dole anyi dole ke wuname. Minya akai wa va jegbo. Ati ando gbo le sia yi. Kene va be edo mi agbo, edo gbo alo edo fa made gbo. Nu ike mi onye mi akpogbo be. Nu ike yodua, yodu nu ike jogo holeme. Ejina fi ike fa bene ya no. Ejina fi ike ejele sogbo ewanuku. Dole kuchele ketena na ejeme. Ata ototoji vado mi agbo. Ela yoko dele tomea. Obe odala nyuide dole kuchele ma okudeme. Afi edunlamao. Ameike la mere jala kukobe esa yiklo asi nyenu senu ike wa. Akola asi le maima glenga vide na ple hand gloves cover afeme na do afi na onu sianu nembe amefenu nyamele a do asi wifa na konyanu ne afeme jarule afoji nu sianu ko be ikwati kedeme Parazone neno asio Dettol neno asio Izal neno asio akpobe jira igbodo esia itutu igbo anyi wa tefe de siade de vio kele gbo nano wa klo asi cause asia efe do sogbo asia mi ko dunanu asia mi ko danafoji asia kelenanu sianu eta asia asikoklo eleve vede benu sen ka asi alewa do nugba epo mi lebene tune mi afenu dudu katanu tagbatu mi ga mo tagbatu ne pon sene mi tagbatu elavodi donyo magbobe ejina etodo kwito jila yen tagbatu ne vadoa nu ikele edokuima ade ko foro fenu duji a true dometo kodi akola sikla for korofenu duji kai kenye towa ekoko dedo kweme ekoko jo ina kwando le kuche ko vana afeme na mi atami akpobobe mi true fenu dudu onu mi dunu ike hoju tapatu mate ajere jio mi dunu ma otogbi enebe ameoke na salad plenu ma otogbi at least wakokobe oklo salad yao ple mi gbobe organism ya ten survive na le ejeme that at least vinegar yoko close salad numa otogbi afi adu ameoke dunanu le gbomea menya fika me danu le kochu ho menya leka me handle ndu water ano careful afi adu numa otogbi ta bele toke ehiana mi anto mi adoko ibedo le picheche ya mi achinu dale mi adoko idome
Asia. Let's go for a quick commercial break and you continue from there.
My people, it's bad to live in a dirty environment. Malaria, cholera, and other preventable diseases come as a result of insanitary and unhygienic practices. We can give you free mosquito nets, free drugs, but trust me, Aya, you can still fall sick and die if you still live in a dirty environment. Be wise and stay clean, my people, cause prevention is better than cure. What may I say?
Change your behavior. I say change your attitude. Change your behavior. I say change your attitude.
Everywhere they poo-poo, everywhere they litter, everywhere they wee-wee. Bola, bola, everywhere they poo-poo, everywhere they litter, everywhere they wee-wee. Bola, bola.
Why the poo-poo? Why the litter? Why the wee-wee? Bola, Africa. Why the poo-poo? Why the litter? Why the wee-wee? Bola, Africa.
Somebody tell me what's going on.
got inadequate ventilation. Single room ni pedemono, yet to mankind. In your mafosu de unu yen kofu no de bocho. Is your top pass some cassia, come here by ne una mania. Toilet and bathrooms are converted into bedrooms. Now gutters, bushes, beaches, rivers are why with the boo-boo. Say so yeah, the sources of beer drinking water. Mr. President, members of parliament, no mind him for. Yeah, well, professors, doctors, masters, pastors, wahan and so. Yes, you know, people now me say, yeah, no monsieur pa. Sachet water, a bit of pure water, a big cry, heavy utilities. Got a monsieur na ye de water, fruit and vegetables. In crime, papa, ye mola, ya shenia, ye baho yatna, how fascinating. Ghana, Ebola, Ghana.
Oh my Ghana, I dey feel photo. Oh my Ghana, I dey feel photo.
Eyes, you can see where you can go, what you can be. Clean up the litter, clean up the poo-poo, clean up the wee-wee. Bola, bola, bola.
Everywhere they poo-poo, everywhere they litter, everywhere they riri. Bola, everywhere they poo-poo, everywhere they litter, everywhere they riri. Bola.
Why the poo-poo? Why the litter? Why the wee-wee? Bola, Africa. Why the poo-poo? Why the litter? Why the wee-wee? Bola, Africa.
Welcome back, viewers, to Clean Ghana, our environment, our health. And if your environment is your health, then you know what goes in there. Madam Doris, how can one prevent himself from getting cholera?
Thank you very much. I talk of the transmission routes of cholera. There are many ways by which one can get cholera. Though the major issue is about you ingesting the organism. But before ingesting organism, what happens? If you have a dirty environment where the organism can breed, I said it breeds very fast, it multiplies very fast, can be carried by a vector into a human habitation. If such environments are prevented, proper disposal of refuse, proper disposal of human excrement, proper hand washing, if all these cares are not taken, we are likely to have the cholera. So we have to take precautions and make sure that even during the season of outbreak, the food that we eat, we don't eat exposed food, we don't eat just by the food vendors, by the roadside. Even in your own home, proper sanitation and personal hygiene is taken care of, and the environment, there should be proper drinking water, where we don't have a pipe-borne water. Even a pipe-borne water, sometimes you have breaks in the lines, you get the water contaminated. We depend on sachet water sometimes, and sometimes you cannot be really sure if it's coming from the right source. But if there is an outbreak, we can easily boil and keep the water cool after boiling before we take. It's a precaution, a preventive measure to us. And I also talk about the hand washing already. Whatever gets into you comes through your hand. There's proper hand washing, fine, it helps. And then the areas that the organism develops very fast, which is the human excrement and the disposal site, if we do proper disposal, it will not get to us. We can cut the transmission route through our own activities.
Okay, we can cut our the route by
Or break the transmission route.
The transmission route. I mean, that is the chain.
Yes, the chain.
By our own activities.
Activities.
Which means when I'm about to eat, maybe I went for a funeral and I greeted a lot of people like
You always do.
Yeah, last you always do. It's
Yeah.
our culture.
Yeah.
Okay. It
In
means
church, we do it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it means once maybe you have it on your hand, I can also have it.
Yes.
Okay, so but when I come home and I really wash my hand
Yes.
very well, I'm not going to get
the organism.
the organism
Yeah.
to cause the disease in me.
Yeah.
So which means hand washing is
It's
one
very,
of the
very, very important.
it's very, very critical. One
Critical important.
hand washing. So viewers, we all go to town. We all greeting is part of us. It's our culture. So what it means that if you want, sometimes the organism won't be in the food or the water. The organism can be in your hand. So which means when you come, Madam Doris is telling us that you have to really wash your hand thoroughly before you eat. What again?
We talk of proper disposal of human excrement. We need to have toilets, public toilets, and the best of all is the household toilets. Areas where you don't have toilet, I would say this Gamma project that is going on. I know it's a program that's being sponsored by the government, and it should be extended to other areas of the country, not only Accra. We need it in other areas of the countries. Such projects should be subsidized by the government so that almost every household can have a toilet in his or her house. Some time back, the community water came in and they were supporting and they were giving items to people to put up these facilities. But that program is over. So if a Gamma project is going on, it's moving well, it's a subsidy from the government. It should be extended to other parts of the country as well.
But don't you think it's against the law if you don't have household toilet? But do you think the government should always come in to support something that is against the law?
This is where I would say we have to continue intensifying health education for people to see the importance of having household toilets. We have a building plan that we approve before a house is being sited. But normally they end up by moving the house without having toilets. We have to let this regulation work. The bylaws must work. Let the assembly enact their own bylaws and make sure that it's working in their localities. We take people on. Those who are not abiding by the rules, we take them on. Landlords who are not having toilet for their tenants. Why should you hire a house without a toilet for your tenants? Where do you want them to go? These people must be taken on. I want to tell my people that just don't sit on the fence. Go out there and intensify the health education. Go out there, meet groups, organizations, women's groups, churches groups, and talk to them. And let them know the importance of having household toilets.
Okay, so you are the deho of Asuogyman. When you visit a household and they don't have toilet in there, what do you do?
Immediately, we invite the landlord or the landlady in to find out why you are not having household toilet. Why measures are you putting in place for the people to have a good toilet facility? If we enter into agreement with you, we have let's say our place like this, we have varieties of toilets in the yard that we show you. This one is VIP, this one is KVIP, this one is which one do you think you can afford? We educate you, we advise you on how to go about it, and we agreed on a period of time that you must make sure the household get this facility. If you go that, you go back and you are reluctant about doing what we advise you to do, then we have the right to take you on, meaning you are recalcitrant. We know it involves cost, so we will not rush you or take you on immediately. But after some time, we realize that you don't care about what we are doing, then we have all the rights to take you on, to take a legal action against you.
So have you taken some people to court due to lack of toilet facilities in their homes?
I did, and that was 3 years back. I took about 3 families to court. Actually, we're not getting the landladies, so we had the tenants. We went to the court. The magistrate advised that we should go back and look for the landladies. It was not easy to get them. They were out of town. So the case was not properly handled. But one of the cases where we handled the landlord he was taken on. He was taken on. And it was that time he was charged about, is it 200 penalty units, which a unit is about 12 Ghana cedis.
Okay, so in some they paid
12 times 200.
They
can imagine.
They
They
can
get
imagine. Okay, so the people that do the open defecation, what do you do to them?
It's just very interesting. Sometimes the areas that they practice this open defecation, you will not get the culprits. They go there at night to do their own thing. Or you see that under this tree, at this corner here, or in this uncompleted building, there's open defecation. So to get the actual people, the culprits, and take them on, it is not easy. No one would like to do that act in the open for people to see. So normally, if people bring such complaints to us, we are from such, maybe your area, or you have a plot and such as is going on, we advise them that you have to, do the watchman work for us. You have to go into a hideout, you get a person, you can take a picture of the person or get a witness. If you bring such case, you definitely prosecute the person for you. You definitely prosecute.
Okay.
But if you cannot get the right person doing that act, we don't know. We actually get a bit confused. All we can do is to continue the education. Don't do it. This is the outcome. Don't do it. And even a GPR to you, we have to get to them and talk to them, to talk to people. Sometimes you be traveling, you have to get down, go and do your own thing and all that. If you can dig the earth, do it and cover it. It's safe. Because sometimes it's biodegradable. If you dig the earth and bury the human excrement and cover it, it will always get degraded. It's even a manure to the soil. But just to go and do it open and leave, you are adding to the problem.
Okay, I think a lot of education has been done. Don't you think you can collaborate with the police to go to where, I'm talking about the environmental health officers. You collaborate with the police or other force agencies within your catchment area so that you can do arrest? Because this is the reason why cholera outbreaks do occur.
Okay, if I talk environmental health work, we have a lot of stakeholders that are involved in this work. If we talk of EPA, they are there. If we talk of Food and Drug Board, they are there. If we talk of Ghana Tourism, they are there. If we talk of the police, they are there. And the other stakeholders that comes into it to get the work done. So the police, if only they have time to do the house-to-house, but if you have cases, normally if you take cases to court and the person did not appear and they applied a bench warrant, it's the police that help us to arrest the person. That's why we normally bring in the police. But if they can really identify the case in one corner, that the person is very recalcitrant, is stubborn, it must cause a death or something, we can bring the police. Let's go and cause arrest.
Okay, viewers, we are still on the program. We have a few messages here, but let's go for a quick commercial break, and we are going to read them to you.
You, Debbie. Yes. So we need boafo and I want some more. Boafo ointment. Why never? Boafo in Edru hey. Oh, let's say we need boafo. Edru we be to so na sorry. What say? Edru we na wo call Robomemu. Ye body na ne friend Mali po pa so. What true for was me dance ni wa brochiri. What me dance ni Nyankopon asanya behwem wa ba me ha ya. Eye ukopige osisi. Waposo obuoma na neti bremu sei no na mu ye ne ya. Se wunya ointment bi di fa. Tiawa
Kania na white wo me so yi. Me de boafo cream a treat ma ne nyina akọ. Pimples akro a jam apropro ne honama ne yare ahodo yi. Wo de enchiri gu nsuo mu na de boafo soap ka de sra so a 5 minutes achi na de boafo cream asra so. E be sa ne nyina afro ma ho atawo. Boafo herbal products.
o manfo agiatum nti. Was male popa paswa.
So when you one can some, they might to some cacre was to payment.
Welcome, viewers, to Clean Ghana, our environment, our health. And I'm here. I think you have enjoyed Madam Doris so much. Madam Doris, you have really done well. I mean, you have educated us with cholera, its prevention, how, the signs and symptoms, and what we have to blah 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 and that. Okay, let's get this straight. When there is an outbreak of cholera, advise people what they should do during the season.
Thank you very much. You talk about the season. Normally, you experience cholera outbreak around this time, the rainy season, where we have more moist, a very good ground for the organism to breathe. That's why you normally have it around this time. And if you have cholera around this time, you advise that we should avoid eating cold food, a place that a vector can easily patch with the organism. Let's avoid cold food. Salads and those things that we eat, if you can avoid it within that period, it will be beneficial to us. Or it should be treated, don't eat the one from the outside. And those who eat from the vendors out there, you must be careful. If you go be served with a hot food, eat your hot food and live there. Don't depend on so much ice cream and sweet and those things that attract vectors. The vectors are the medium of a transport, a serious medium of transport. Let's avoid them. And let's do proper disposal. I always said there should proper disposal. Now Zoomline is out there with litter bins to make sure they take care of our refuse. Yes, make sure you obtain a dustbin from the Zoomlion Ghana Limited. It's very, very cheap. It's just only 20 Ghana cedis a month. Your refuse is taken away. If you have your own disposal site of refuse, make sure it is maintained. It's frequently bent. It's raked and bent. The day that there's no rain or 2 days there's no rain, you can still rake and use lorry tire or any volatile liquid to burn that refuse. Make sure excrements, if you don't have proper, this time we are promoting a lot of household toilets. We are promoting CLTS. And if there's no type of toilet, you have CLTS, that's the old type of pit latrines that we have. This time they are trying to modify it in a way that we can have it and have our feces well disposed of. Have a toilet at least the pit latrine that can be covered in your house. Somebody said if you don't have toilets and the man want to marry, if you want to marry and the man is not having toilet, don't go in for that marriage. Yes, be inquisitive. Make sure that marriage you are going into, you have a place for a place of convenience or your privacy for yourself. So I'll advise the food we eat, the water we drink, how to dispose of our human excrements, how to dispose of our refuse properly, and handshaking, how to treat our hands in everything that we do, so that this menace will totally out of our system. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. During cholera outbreak, is it good for me to use salt water to wash my vegetables or fruit?
Thank you. Since we said this earlier on, that is wonderful. This comma-shaped bacteria called the Vibrio cholerae develop very fast in salt water. That's why it is said that even food from the sea, fishes from the sea, should be well cooked before eating. Atmosphere, I mean, it's very conducive for the multiplication of this bacteria where we have salt. So I will not advise that we depend on only salt for washing our vegetables. Let's use the vinegar. We have some amount of disinfectant in it so that we kill that germ before eating the vegetable.
Should I avoid shaking hands during the outbreak of cholera?
It's a part of our culture. I'm not saying let's totally avoid handshaking. Where there's an outbreak in the area, please let go to the handshaking at that moment. But all the same, if you happen to experience it, I said this hand already touches a lot of surfaces. A car that we bought, the handle that we hold is more than handshaking. You hold a handle of a car to open the door and enter. It's way more than handshaking. The staircase that you climb, the rails that you hold, it's more than handshaking. So that this hand touches a lot of surfaces. So all we need to do is you take care of your hand. It is your hand. It is your hand. Whatever you use the hand for, the food you take into your mouth, whatever the hand carries into your mouth. Sometimes we rest with our hands on our chins like this. Please wash your hand. Sometimes we cover our hands with our mouth. We use our hands to cover our mouth. Please wash your hand. Take good care of your hand all the time and do proper hand washing. If you can't do proper, make sure you have a sanitizer in your bag. Wherever you find yourself wanting, there's a sanitizer. It contains a lot of a great amount of disinfectant. Wash your hand. Make sure your hand is clean before you use to. Maybe in a car you are hungry, buy a biscuit. That hand has touched the surfaces before coming to eat that biscuit. Don't just depend on that. Make sure you disinfect your hand. Always have the sanitizer in your bag. Get your hand clean before you eat. At that moment.
I love ice cream and I love cold food. So during cholera, do you think I can enjoy my food comfortably? Do you advise me?
Yes, you can enjoy your food comfortably, but not in all environments. Not in all. It can be in your house, in your own room.
I mean, as cold it is, do you think it's advisable for me to enjoy my cold food during cholera outbreak?
Cold food, I'll say, is it's very conducive for the organism to breathe there. If the vector takes it to eat, but if the cold food is in a place where it is well protected, it is in your own house, your own room, where it is well protected. How the organism gets to it, you can eat it and you'll be safe. But out there, the public out there, make sure you don't take cold food because you don't know what is happening. You don't know what has happened around that cold food. So you have to be cautious.
So
don't take the ice creams and those things out there in public, don't take it. But maybe you have some ice cream from the factory into your fridge in the house. Cannot say don't take it. Those who look their market during that period, you have the yogurt from the factory into your fridge, you can take it. That will happen to you. But out there, be careful, you don't take it.
Be careful, you don't take it. I have a few messages here. This one is from Konedu Kojo. He is saying that it's a waste for government to subsidize toilets. Authorities must make sure they prosecute those people who don't build their own toilet. This one is also from No Name, but he is saying that good afternoon, the public should adopt sanitation standard to curtail this disease. Okay, thank you. This one too is from Ojo from Chuvupra. So he said, hello Alex, your mom say hi and good job, happy birthday to you. Oh, today is my birthday.
Today is my birthday. I forgot him.
Today is your birthday?
Yes, 23rd June.
Then happy birthday, birthday, Mom.
Thank you. I forgot him.
And okay, this one is also saying, he said hi. Oh, there is no hi here. Okay, let me go to the text messages also. This one is saying, good afternoon. I'm Yaira from Agona Swedro. Please, can we use antibiotics like, okay, we are not talking about how to use chemicals here. Once you get the disease, when you go to the hospitals, they are going to prescribe the actual medicine for you. Don't use your own medicine, please. Avoid that, and it's very dangerous. You can use first aid, just like the
flute.
The flute, or as you have said. Yeah. Yes, and this is from Park, who he said, thanks for the topic. As we are in the rainy season, Sister Doris, kudos. Okay, kudos to you also. We are doing our best to make sure we can tell the problems. Your final word?
My final word is that Environmental Health and Sanitation Unit, we are out there to work. It is our work. It is our mandate to make sure that we have clean Ghana. We must have clean Ghana, but I want to say that it takes two. It's not one. It's me and you. Let's see it our responsibility. We are out there to work. My people, don't sit on the fence. Go out there to educate, to intensify your health education. Visit the schools, visit the homes, visit organizations to give them the talk. And to the public, please listen to our advices, and also advise yourself as well. Make sure you take cautions in whatever you do, so that you not get yourself infected. And to the government, Please come to our aid more and more and more. We have our officers who have completed school and are sitting out there in the house. We are very few in the system. My place is we are only 15 staffs. We are only few in the system. We need to go out there and educate, propagate the word of sanitation. But we are very few in the system. So government, those who have completed the school of hygiene that are sitting in the house, please push them out. Let us go have enough of them in the system to continue the education. It's not only cholera, but all other sanitation related diseases. They can be controlled, not only to be treated, but preventive measures, we can control it. So government, come to our aid. The public, come to our aid. And we ourselves, let's be on the bench to work, and sanitation, clean Ghana to us all. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for hosting you. I'm so grateful.
Thank you.
Viewers, you know, for a disease, or let's talk about the health. In health, we have preventive side and the curative side. The hospital, that is the nurses, the doctors are taking care of the curative side. But the preventive side is taken care by the environmental health officers through the Ministry of Sanitation. And the government, as he said, please, as you have raised up the curative side, we are pleading with you to also raise up the preventive side, because Kosi Broni is saying that provision is better than chaos. Prevention is better than chaos. So let's go in for prevention, and we believe that our country is going to develop very well. Next week, we are going to talk about law enforcement. My name is Aita Bobo, your host. Shalom. Peace.
Some kakre wa supeme.